Welcome to my channel Maths Pursuit. Today we will look into the questions from the chapter called Statistics. Hello friends, may I request you to please click on the subscribe button below this video.
The given question is the annual profits earned by 30 shops of a shopping complex in a locality give rise to the following distribution, and they have given profit in lakhs rupees in one row and number of shops in another row. So profit in lakhs rupees is in the range 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, and number of shops 5 to 10, 2 shops, 10 to 15, 12 shops, 15 to 20, 2 shops, 20 to 25, 4 shops, 25 to 30, 3 shops, 30 to 35, 4 shops, 35 to 40, 3 shops. Draw both algebras for the data above, hence obtain the median profit. So guys, the question is asking us to draw both the algebras for the data, and again the question also asking us to obtain the median profit. So guys, let us see how we can draw the algebras and how we can reach at the median. So guys, as per the question, we are going to draw algebra curves for the medians. And the algebra curves, there are two types of algebra curves that we are going to draw. One is more than algebra curve and one is less than algebra curve. So let us see how we are moving ahead in solving this type of questions. Now guys, if you look here, this is what being given in the question. If you look here onto the screen, this is what being given in the question. They have given profit in lakhs rupees in one row, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40. And in another row, they have given number of shops, 2, 12, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3. So guys, from this particular data that they have given, one is class interval, one is class interval. So this is going to be, this is our class interval. I can write class interval, and the other data is the frequency, and the other data, that is number of shops, this one is the frequency. So guys, from this information or with this information in place, we are going to draw algebra curves for more than algebra curves as well as less than algebra curves. So let us see how we are moving ahead in drawing the more than algebra curve as well as less than algebra curve. So guys, we are first going to draw the more than algebra curve. Let us see how we are moving ahead and how we are drawing the more than algebra curve. Now, more than algebra curve or these algebra curves are really very easy. So let's see what we can do, or how we are going to do, or how we are going to draw the more than algebra curve first. Now guys, this is the information they have given, and we very well know as per the question we are going to draw more than algebra curve. So let us understand the fundamental behind this. Now, more than, if you look here in one column, I have arranged the same profit as more than or equal to 5. Now guys, if you look here, the class interval, the first class interval is 5 to 10. That means I have written here more than or equal to 5. That means it is more than 5 or just equal to 5, but not less than 5. It is more than 5 or just less than or equal to 5, not less than. It is more than or equal to 5. Similarly, if you look here, it is 10 to 15. Here the class interval is more than 10 and more than or equal to 10, but it is not less than. It is more than or equal to 10. Similarly, 15 to 20, here it is more than or equal to 15. Similarly, for the other one, more than or equal to 20, for 20 to 25. For 25 to 30, it is more than or equal to 25. For 30 to 35, it is more than or equal to 30. For 35 to 40, it is more than or equal to 35. So in this way, we need to present the data, or in this way, we need to put the data in a tabular form. Now, after putting the first column, let us identify the frequency against these things. So they have given the frequency like 2, 12, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3. So this is what they have given the frequency. This is the frequency. So if we add the total frequency, how much we are getting? Let us add the total frequency. Now, if we are going to add the total frequency, let's see what we are going to get. Now, if I am going to add the total frequency, here we are going to get 2 plus 12, it is 24. 24 plus 2 is 26. 26 plus 4 is 30. 30 plus 3, it is 33. 33 plus 4, it is 37. 37 plus 3, it is 40. Let me add once again. it is 2 plus 12, it is 14, 14 plus 2, 16, 16 plus 4, 20, 20 plus 3, 23, 23 plus 4, 27, 27 plus 3, it is 30. So the total of frequency that we are going or that we are getting here is 30. Now guys, this is what we got, the sum total of frequency. Now this part of the thing that I'm going to tell you now is most important. Let us focus here again. Let us focus here on this two of these tables. So if you look here, you could see that in one table they have given, if you look here, in one table they have given profit, and in another row they have given number of shops or the frequency. Now we need to calculate the cumulative frequency, but here this is how we are going to calculate the cumulative frequency. Here the cumulative frequency calculation is little bit different, but try to understand the fundamental behind this so that it will be easy for you to calculate the cumulative frequency. Here the first item, which is 5 to 10, we have written more than or equal to 5. So more than 5 or equal to 5. That means all these frequencies 2, 12, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, all these things are covered in this one, because this one is more than or equal to 5. That means more than 5. It covers everything. It covers 10 to 15, it covers 15 to 20, it covers 25 to 30, it covers 35 to 40, because it is more than or equal to 5. So here our first cumulative frequency is going to be the sum total of the frequency, that is 30, because it covers the entire range of data from starting from 2, 12, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, because it is more than or equal to 5. That means it is more than 5. So more than 5 means everything is covered under more than 5. Similarly, coming to the second part, here it says that more than or equal to 10. That means here the data is more than 10. So more than 10 means everything will be covered starting from here. Starting from here, everything will be covered like 12, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3. And we are excluding the before range, that is 5 to range. Because here the data is saying, here the data is saying that it is more than 10. So more than 10 means everything will be covered till 40. So here I can omit 2, and here I can write 28. That means 30 minus 2 is 28. I can write because everything is covered. Or the other way I can say starting from 12 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3. If you add whatever we are getting, that is being covered. That is our cumulative frequency here. Now look at its third point. Third point, it is more than 15. More than 15 means everything starting from here onwards, starting from these two, starting from here onwards, everything is covered. Starting from here onwards, everything is covered. That means if we add 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3, whatever we get, that is our cumulative frequency here. So I can write here as 16. How? Because 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13, 13 plus 3 it is 16. Similarly, more than or equal to 20, that means more than 20. So from here onwards, that is 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 4 11, 11 plus 3 is 14. Till here it is 14. 3 plus 4 7 plus 3 10. Here we are going to get 10. Here we are going to get 7, and here we are going to get 3. Hope guys we all understood the reason behind how the cumulative frequency is calculated here. I believe we all are on the same page and we understood how the cumulative frequency is calculated here. So what we got 30, 28, 16, 14, 10, 7, 3. Now guys, here I have written x-axis and y-axis. So now because we are going to draw a diagram, or we are going to draw a statistical figure or a curve. So this curve is called as the more than ogive curve. Now what is that we are going to put here in x-axis? Now guys, if you look here, it is 5, here it is 5, here it is 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So all these data, this profit data, all this data will come in the x-axis. So I'm going to put all this data here in the x-axis. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35. So these are the data that will be in the x-axis. Now looking to y-axis. Y-axis will be here everything that is being in the cumulative frequency column. So that means the cumulative frequency is being shown in the y-axis. That is, the first is 30, 28, 16, 14, 10, 7, 3. Now guys, after understanding this, let us move ahead and draw the more than or zip curve. So guys, we are going to now draw the more than or zip curve. So just have a look at the screen now. Now you could see that this is the curve, or this is the diagram how the more than or zip curve will look like. As I told you, on one axis, on x axis we are going to show the profits, that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and in y axis we are showing the cumulative frequency, which is 0, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Now the more than or zip curve always flows from top to bottom, bottom. Now if you look here, the first data that we have is the first coordinates that we have is 5, 30. The second one is 10, 28. Let us look at these things. 5, 30. On x axis it is 5 and on y axis it is 30. So if you look here to the curve, you could see that on x axis it is 5 here. On x axis this is 5 here, and on y axis it is 30 here. And the second data that we have is 10, 28. The second data that we have is 10, 28. So here it is 10 and here it is 28, which is slightly below 30. And the other data that we have is 15, 16. The other data that we have is 15, 16. So let us confirm, 15, 16. Now if you look here to this figure, let us identify the data. Here it is 15. Here it is 15, this one is 15 in x-axis, and 16, which is slightly here. If here it is 15, which is slightly above the 15, here it is 16. Similarly, here it is 20, 14, then 25, 10, then 37, and then 35, 3. So you could see that the cumulative frequency is gradually declining. From 30, the highest, it is gradually declining to 3. So this is how the more than or zip curve will look. Always the more than or zip curve will flow from top to bottom. Hope we all are on the same page. Now, after understanding the more than or zip curve, let us move ahead to draw our less than or zip curve. So guys, here I am going to show you how we are going to draw the less than or zip curve. So this is the data they have given as per the question. This is the initial data they have given. This is the raw data, I can say, or whatever maybe you can conclude. This is the data, or this is the information they have given. Now we have already seen this information while drawing the more than or zip curve. Now we are going to draw the less than or zip curve. So for the purpose of less than or zip curve, we also need to focus our attention on this given data. Now I'm going to again put the less than or zip curve in a tabular form. So let's see how I'm going to put the less than or zip curve or less than data in a tabular form. So guys, if you see here is the data that have represented the data in a tabular form. Now let us focus our attention on this data and we'll see how we are representing this data as a less than or zip curve. Now if at all we are going to draw a less than or zip curve, we need to represent the data as less than or equal to. Now if you look here to the first two rows that they have given, profit in one row and number of shops in another row. So the profit in one row is like 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 30, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, and 35 to 40. Now we need to represent the same data in a tabular form and in a less than manner, because we are going to draw a less than or zip curve. So guys, if you look here, so how we have represented data in a less than format. Now if you look here, our first range is 5 to 10. So that 5 to 10, that means our 10 is the highest range. So we have represented that as less than or equal to 10. That means here the data is less than or equal to 10. It is not more than 10. Here the data is less than or equal to 10 and it is not more than 10. Similarly, if you look here, the second item or the second row, here it is 10 to 15. That means here the data is less than or equal to 15. In the third row, here the data is less than or equal to 20. And similarly, the next data is less than or equal to 25, then less than or equal to 30, then less than or equal to 35, and finally we have 35 to 40. So our final data is going to be less than or equal to 40, not more than 40. So after having this data less than or equal to 10, less than or equal to 15, so let us now focus our attention on the frequency. So the frequency that is they have given in the row, I have noted it down here, which is 2, 12, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3. And we know that the sum total of this frequency is 30. The sum total of this frequency is 30. This is what we know. Now, we are going to find out the cumulative frequency here. We are going to find the cumulative frequency here. Here the cumulative frequency is the normal frequency that we can find out. But the logic behind this is like this. So here the data is less than or equal to 10. That means our data lies within 10. So the first item here is 2. Here our first item is 2. The second item, if you see, the data is 10 to 15. 10 to 15 means it is less than or equal to 15. Less than or equal to 15. Less than 15 means it also covers these two. It also covers these two. Less than 15 means this data also covers these two things. So here the cumulative frequency is going to be 14. Similarly, if you look here to the third item, it is less than or equal to 20. That means all these three are needed to be added. All these three needs to be added because less than or equal to 20. Less than 20 means all these three are also included in that. So if you add 2 plus 12 plus 2, which comes to 16. Similarly, less than or equal to 25. Less than or equal to 25 means all these things are going to be added, including this 4. So we are going to get here 20. Now, here less than or equal to 30 means all these things are going to be added, including these 3. So we are going to get 23 here. Now, here also we are going to add these 4, including all these things previous to that. Why? Because less than or equal to 35. Less than 35 means everything is included. Less than 35 means everything is included like this from 35 till 5. Or less than 40 means everything is included from here to the first. Similarly, I am going to add this one to this one. So we will get, so 23 plus 4 we will get 27, and 27 plus 3 we will get 30. So this is the normal cumulative frequency that we easily calculate. Now, here we got 30 as the last number of the cumulative frequency, and the total sum of cumulative frequency is 30. So that means our calculation is perfect. Now what we are going to represent in x-axis? In x-axis we are going to put these items 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So these are the numbers that we are going to reflect in our x-axis. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So these are our x-axis numbers. Similarly, y-axis. Y-axis numbers are the cumulative frequency numbers. So these are 2, 14, 16, 20, 23, 27, 30. So guys, I believe till here we are very clear. So what I did, we just took the profit and we represented the data in a less than format, and then we also considered the frequency, and then we calculated the cumulative frequency, and then we identified the numbers for x-axis, and we also identified the numbers for y-axis. Now with x-axis and y-axis number, x-axis is the profit in lakhs and y-axis is the cumulative frequency. So with all this data in place, we can easily draw the graph. So let us see how the graph looks like. So guys, let us look here on the screen. Let us look here on the screen. The graph, that is the less than OZIF graph, will look like this. The less than OZIF curve graph will look like this. Now, what happened to the more than OZIF curve graph? More than OZIF curve graph came from top to the bottom, but the less than OZIF curve graph will move from the bottom to the top. You could easily see that the first item is the first coordinates, I can say x and y coordinates are 10 to. So here you could see, here it is 10 in x-axis and 2 in the y-axis. So we got 10 to. Then we have 15, 14. This is 15 and this number is 14. Then we have 20, 16. This is 20 and we have 16. Then we have 25, 20. So 25, 20. Then we have 30. Then we have 30, 23, 35, 27 and 40, 30. Why it happens like less than OZIF curve moves from bottom to top? Why? Because if you look here to the cumulative frequency here, you could see that the cumulative frequency is also increasing from a lower number to the higher number, like 2, 14, 16, 20, 23, 27, 30. So for that reason, our less than OZIF curve is increasing from 10 to 30, or we can say from 0 to upwards, it increases. Hope guys till here we are very clear. So we are able to draw the more than OZIF curve and we are also able to draw the less than OZIF curve. Now guys, as per the question also asked us to find out the median. Now let us see how we can find out the median from this OSIF curve. So guys, if we draw the diagrams, if we draw the diagrams, both the diagrams in one x-axis and y-axis, the diagram will look like this. And as per the question also, we need to draw the diagram in a single x and y-axis, where in x-axis we need to represent the profit, and in y-axis we need to represent the cumulative frequency. Now you could see that the orange color line represents the less than OSIF curve. This orange color line represents the less than OSIF curve, and the blue color line represents the more than OSIF curve. This blue color line represents the more than OSIF curve. So this is how we could represent both the graphs in a single x and y axis. Now guys, just focus here. The point of interaction, the point of intersection, where both the less than and more than OSIF curve intersect, this point of intersection, if we draw a perpendicular line to the x axis, to this point where it interacts with x axis, this point is our median, guys. This point where it interacts with the x axis, from the intersection of more than and less than OSIF curve, if we draw a perpendicular line to the y axis, the perpendicular line where it intersects with the x axis, or where it touches the x axis, that point is our median. Now guys, this point, if you draw this graph in a graph paper, you will see that this point will be our median, and this coordinates this point will be 17.5, and you could see also this is in between 15 and 20. So this is what our median will look like. This median will be 17.5, and we can also prove using our calculation. We can also prove the same median using our calculation. So let me also show you how this 17.5 we are getting. Now guys, we know that median is equal to L plus cumulative frequency, minus, we know that median is equal to n by 2, n upon 2 minus cumulative frequency upon f into class height. Now let us see how we can draw the how we can get the median of the data. Now let us see how we can draw the median of the data. Now in one column we have class interval. So just I'm writing it like this: class interval. In one column we have frequency, that is number of shops, and in another column we can write the cumulative frequency. So guys, if you look here, the first interval or the first data that was given is in the range of 5 to 10, then 10 to 15, 5 to 10, then I can write 10 to 15, then I can write 15 to 20, then I can write 20 to 25, then I can write 25 to 30, and I can continue here from 25 to 30, and then I can write 30 to 35, and I can write 35 to 40. This is what is the intervals, class intervals, 35 to 40. This class interval is nothing but the profit rupees in lakhs. Now the frequency, they have given the frequency like this: 2, 12, 2, 12, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3, and the sum total of frequency that is we got is 30. The sum total of frequency that we got is 30. Now cumulative frequency we can calculate it like 2, 12 plus 2 is 14, 2 plus 14 is 16, 4 plus 16 is 20. So like this we are calculating, we are just adding this, we are just calculating the cumulative frequency. Like 2 will be like this, 2 is as it is, then this 12 will get added to this 2, we will get 14, this 2 will get added to 14, we will get 16, this 4 will get added to 16, we will get 20, this 3 will get added to 20, we will get 23, this 4 will get added to 23, we will get 27, and this 3 will get added to 27, we will get 30. And with this last digit of the cumulative frequency is also equal to the frequency. That means our calculation is perfect. Now guys, as I told you, n by 2, we need to first of all identify n by 2. N by 2, here n is equal to summation of f, that is 30. Therefore n by 2 will be, n upon 2 will be 30 upon 2, that is 15. Now we are calculating n by 2 to find the median class. We are calculating n by 2 to find the median class. So we got n by 2 as 15. That means our median class will be the cumulative frequency which is just above 15. The cumulative frequency next to 15 or the just above 15, that is going to be our median class. So cumulative frequency above 15 is 16. So this particular row is going to be our median class row. This particular row is going to be our median class row. As we got n by 2 as 15, our median class row will be the cumulative frequency just above this 15, which is 16. So we got our median class row is this one in the range of 15 to 20. That class interval row is our median class row. And prior to this 16, that particular cumulative frequency is going to be our cumulative frequency that we are going to consider for our calculation. And this 2 is our frequency for the purpose of our calculation. And this 15 is the lower limit of the class interval. This 15 is the lower limit of the class interval. So this is our frequency. Now, what is the class height? The difference between the upper limit plus lower limit is the class height. That is 10 minus 5 is 5, or 15 minus 10 is 5. So we got class height is equal to 5. We got lower limit as 15. We got frequency as 2. And what else? We got cumulative frequency as 14. So with this data in hand, we can calculate the median as, is equal to L, which is 15, plus n by 2, that is 15, minus cumulative frequency is 14 upon frequency, which is 2, into class height. Class height is 5. Or I can write median is equal to 15 plus 15 minus 1 is 5. 15 minus 14 is 1. So we got here 1 upon 2 into 5. Or I can write median is equal to 15 plus 1 into 5 upon 2. Or median is equal to 1 into 5 upon 2. This is what we got. Now again, after further solving, we will get, or I can write median is equal to 15 plus 5 upon 2. Or I can write median is equal to 15 plus 2.5. Or I can write median is equal to 17.5. So we got the median as 17.5. That this is what we also got in our graph. This is what we also got in our graph. Therefore, this is what we can say that the graphical representation of the median is same as to the calculated median. So we can write in our concluding answer also, hence we also concluded that the graphical median is same as that of the graphical median is same as that of the calculated median, same as that of the calculated median, that of the calculated median, that is 17.5. Hope guys we are very clear what I did here, but still if you have any questions or doubts, please reach out to me in the comment section of this video. Definitely I will get back to you once I see your comments. Guys, if you really like my videos, please subscribe. If you really like my videos, I would request you to kindly subscribe and also let your friends know. This will motivate me to create similar videos in the future. Thank you. Bye.